I am Kelsey from Simon Slashers, and welcome to my Giallo-filled watching and reading vlog. There's not that much read, but I do watch a lot, and I talk about the books and the movies that I got into at the end of July into the beginning of August, and I also got obsessed with the show Yellowstone, which, spoiler alert, is amazing, so there's some clips of that too. Plus, if you like cats, you'll be able to see lots of great cat footage. So without further ado, let's go back in time and see what past Kelsey, aka past me, got up to at the end of July. going for a walk in the hot as hell
Feels like 107
atmosphere. Sweaty. Oh, not fun. We're lost too.
What?
We're lost. We are. I don't even know where we are.
We're walking back towards...
This doesn't even look back. It looks parallel or horizontal or something. Isn't it dead? What are you doing? Oh, no, it's not dead. Ah, get it. Why are you letting it go? Get it. So many beetles. A mess. Just ignore it. It's terrible. It's so bad. I am checking in for this very final full week of Giallo July. I have been watching a boatload of stuff that I'm excited to talk about. I also have been reading. So in case you're wondering, is Kelsey even still a reader? Because I haven't been doing updates. B, I am, and I'm still literate. I still can read. So yes, I have been reading. I'm about 106 pages into this book, The Beasts of 42nd Street. That's what I'm currently working on. This is kind of like an ode to old school Italian horror. Let's see, does it say anything about that? Well, it says a love letter to 70s exploitation cinema, which goes hand in hand with what I said, so yeah. It says that this story makes horror dangerous again as it ventures into the mind of a psychopath like no other, one that will have readers recoiling even as they keep coming back for more. So far, it's okay. I'm taking a really long time to get through it since I've been reading this at night on my Kindle, and the cover's all messed up. Look, it's like cut incorrectly. That's such a shame. Whatevs. Alright, so I'm in the middle of that, but I have finished books. So the latest book I finished, which is more of a summary read for me, not really related to Giallo July per se, but This is Kin by Kealan Patrick Burke, and I've been wanting to read this for years. Finally got to it! I finally did it! I would say this is a solid 4-star read for me. I enjoyed the story, even though it was depraved and stuff. You're following this girl as she escapes from this psychopath family. You know, think Anaya Allborn's brother, or think Off Season by Jack Ketchum. This is kind of along the same vibes as that, and I really did enjoy it. And I listened to the audiobook, which was published by Crossroad Press. Loved it. It was narrated by Chet Williamson, who I love, so very much had a good time with that book. And a book that I also read, and this was back during Summerween, the beginning of the month. I read The Last Girls Standing, and I thought this had too many horror references. I know that sounds weird saying that, but I didn't love it, and I feel like it was torn between wanting to be a slasher, but also an homage to horror movies and slasher movies, but also like a ghost story. It had more about ghosts than this, than actual slashing action, so I felt like this was kind of all over the place, in my opinion. I gave this about a 3-star rating. And last but not least, I've been dipping in and out of these books, Giallo Meltdown and All the Colors of Murder. These are just like nonfiction books kind of documenting. This one's documenting a guy's journey through Giallo films. He had a couple of movie marathons, and it's been fun, but nothing like overly enlightening or anything. Same with this. I almost feel like I shouldn't have bought these, but whatevs. It's cool to have in my collection. What I want to get to before Giallo July is over is this Giallo word search. Yes, this exists. I don't know why, but it does. And it's just got random puzzles in it with random freaking words. Like, it does have the names of different Giallos as part of the word search for some things, like Hatchet for Honeymoon, $5 for an August Moon. I've seen both of those. In the Folds of the Flesh, a movie I just saw, so pretty cool. Anyway, I will be digging into this in terms of having fun. So let's catch up with the movies I've been watching. I wanted to show you this great reverse cover of a lizard in a woman's skin. Look at this. It looks like a Giallo book. It's incredible. I freaking love this. Alright, so this I watched 2 nights ago. Amazing. Loved it. Lucio Fulci is my boy. Definitely one of my favorite directors. So this does have a slipcase, but I thought this looked so much cooler. And to me, it looks even cooler than the actual cover, which is this. But I like the reverse, because it looks like a Giallo book. Freaking badass. Anyway, I really enjoyed the artsiness of it. On paper, this is a movie I did not think I would like because, you know, it starts off with, like, this big orgy scene, but it was, like, dreamlike and, like, kind of creepy. So, like, the creepiness, I was like, yes! Oh, what I don't have in this pile is the Bloodstained Butterfly. So I did watch the Bloodstained Butterfly. I thought it was alright. Some parts were a little slow for my liking. In the Folds of the Flesh, I watched that just a few days ago as well. This is kind of barely a Giallo, in my opinion. There is a lot of family melodrama, but it's a lot of fun. There's a character in here who I just hated. And I was like, oh my god, what? And I wanted him to get killed so bad, and I maybe was not disappointed. Also, I watched a Dario Argento movie that I had not seen before, which is freaking 4 Flies on Grey Velvet. And of course, this is the movie, but the title's in Italian. This was super artsy, and I loved it. I think I rated this one a little bit higher than most people, like just by a half a star, but I gave this 4.5 stars. I loved this a lot. A lot, a lot. The opening was a banger, man. The opening sequence, a lot of Giallo movies, or gialli movies, have great opening sequences. Alright, and this one I really had a great time with as well. Short Night for Glass Dolls. It really ramps up. It's kind of a slow burn, but it ramps up towards the end. Like the last 20 minutes or so, it gets really crazy and ham. And last but not least, because it's last but my favorite thing I've watched, I think all month, and it's a contender for a favorite watch of the year. This is The House with the Laughing Windows, or With Laughing Windows, no the. Fantastic. Freaking love this. This is way more supernatural leaning than most Giallo films, but absolutely loved it. So creepy from the very opening credit sequence to the very end. I absolutely love this. It kept me riveted, engaged, and it really had some oozing, eerie atmosphere. Highly recommend. This is a 4.5, but I keep thinking about it and I'm like, I kind of want to switch it to a 5. Anyway, I don't know, but this was definitely, I think, my favorite new Giallo watch of the month. So that is my updates for now, and we will just have to see what else I get up to as the week progresses. I can't believe it's almost the end. I've been having too much fun. I'm sad it's almost over, but I will take you guys along with me for the ride of this final week. So I will see you later. Oh my god, and I almost forgot to show you guys my deep red t-shirt. It's so good. I have a couple, but this is one of my favorites. So deep red, of course, is a giallo. And look! The doll's head, if you guys have seen the movie, you know about the doll, but the doll's head and a freaking black glove. Oh, middle finger. I didn't mean to use that finger, sorry. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm not flipping you guys off. I'm just showing you my shirt and I freaking love it. So, alright, now I will check in with you guys later. Gonna try it now. This is Bourbon Milk Punch. It's pretty good. Yeah. I give it my seal of approval. Decided to sit into my basket of images. Fizzy! Fizz! Also, there's a beetle right behind me. Come get it. Get it, Fizzy. Get it! Get it! Lackadaisical. Fizzy's new spot. has been a billion zillion days, literally, since I last checked in. Obviously not literally, but it's been a long time. In fact, Giallo July, as of now, is over. And not only is Giallo July over, but also my Pedro-themed readathon that I was hosting with my two friends, Jen and Crystal, who I will link below, that is also come and gone. So now we're into August, which is now the readathon Garb August, hosted by Ali from Criminali, but I had a blast, both with Giallo July and with the Pedro event. So you did see some clips. I took some clips of some Pedro things. I did watch his SNL sketch, which I love. So that was a rewatch. And I did, let's see, read or listen to 2 Pedro voiced audiobooks. Both of them were Beverly Cleary books. And honestly, Dear Mr. Henshaw was like amazing. I cried. It was a 5-star. So that was my favorite read of the entire month. So we ended the month on a freaking banger, and I'm very excited about that. And it was all because of Pedro. His audio narration was great too. Also, we did eat Chilean food. Paul and I cooked Papa's Day. Anyway, it's kind of like, I don't remember the full name, but it's like a chicken pot pie, but it's with like beef and like Chilean spices. Paul really liked how it came out. I did not. Because I think I put too much sugar on the top. You're supposed to put sugar on the top of these mashed potatoes to like give it this crunchy like crust, but I don't know. Something was weird about the mixture of the sweetness. I don't know. I just was like, I don't know. Anyway, I stole that recipe because Crystal also made the same thing and she really liked it and it sounded good. And again, Paul did like it, but it wasn't my favorite. I did make a Pedro craft because I did a journal page in my reading journal or media journal for Pedro, and I just have to put what I did for the readathon. So I'm gonna put like a copy of the principal in it. But in terms of Giallo July, I didn't really get much else read since the last time I checked in with you guys, besides like the Pedro themed books, in terms of anything that was more Giallo inspired or mystery leaning or thriller leaning book wise. Didn't really get to much. However, I did watch a lot. And my last Giallo of the month was What Have You Done to Solange, which was a super heavy Giallo, but I loved it. I mean, I say, God, that sounds messed up. I really enjoyed it. I thought the story was very sensible. Like, sometimes a Giallo plot makes no sense or it goes off the rails, but this one made a lot of sense, but it was also really, really, really dark and bleak. Super bleak. But I really liked it in terms of just how it was shot, and I gave it a 4.5, I believe. I thought it was up there with, like, my favorites of the month, but overall, 20 freaking movies watched. 21 if you count my movie club movie, but that wasn't a Giallo. But in terms of gialli, 20 gialli watched. Insane. Such a great month. Probably my best watching month in years. Even when we talk about October and September, which I up my viewing for, like, you know, Halloween time, I feel like this July was even better than that in terms of how many things I got to. And technically, I watched 21 gialli. I just watched one in June before it became July. So I pre-gamed, and the one I watched early was New York Ripper, which I also loved and gave like a 4.5 star. Maybe it was just a 4-star. I think it was a 4.5 though. Anyway, I will link my letterbox below if you are curious. Also, I hope you enjoyed my clips of my cat Fizzy. If you guys didn't know, I have a cat. His name is Fizzgig. That's who you saw in this vlog, but I couldn't go through a whole vlog without showing my boy Jackson. So he's still in the vlog. He's in it because he's on my mug. Let me get him. You can't see him too good because of my focus, but there you go. Jackson, he's still here. Alright, anyway, but I hope you enjoyed the Fizzy clips and the crafting clips. I should have showed, I've made so much progress. You guys saw me doing, it's called a color glue book. So like each page is its own color, and I'm using clippings from magazines, but also collage books that I had already had. Anything I've cut up and I'm gonna put it on each individual colors page. So if I find something pink, it goes on the pink page. Anyway, I've made so much progress, but I will tell you, my July book club book, which was Wormwood by Chad Lutsky and Tim Meyer, I did just finish that at the very beginning of this month, August. But I'm gonna talk about it here because it was supposed to be a July read, and it did work for some of the prompts for Giallo July, which included to read a book or watch a movie with an animal on the cover or in the title. Anyway, Giallo July, by the way, hosted by Alex the Bookubus. She asked me to be a co-host again this year. Thank you so much, Alex. She is the best. And she just sent me a J&B shot glass. You didn't have to do that, Alex. I love it so much. Thank you so much. I had so much J&B. It's crazy. I've almost drank the whole bottle. I will show you really quick. Last year, I had a small bottle of J&B, and I drank that all, probably not all in July, but I drank that. And so this year I got a bigger bottle because they didn't have a small one, and I'm almost done with the bottle. So, okay, so here's last year's bottle, and I was keeping old diamonds from my diamond paintings in here, like you usually have extras when you're done, but I took them out to put them in something else. But I'm gonna start putting, you know, the diamonds back in here because I'm keeping this, but I'm also keeping the bottle that I'm working on now, which is like way taller. So anyway, cheers, J&B. We can't have this vlog go off without a bottle of J&B shown, so. Anyway, thank you, Alex. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Jen, for the Pedro event. I had so much fun with both the Pedro event and Giallo July, and I can't wait. I hope we do Giallo July next year because it was amazing. So, for this time, guys, that was it. That was all for me, but although I didn't have as much success reading as I did watching, I do think overall everything was a huge success, and I had a great month. So what was you guys' favorite read or watch in July? Did you participate in Giallo July? If so, did you discover any new favorites? Please let me know down below. I will say I'm excited because my friend Kat watched Deep Red for the first time and Blood and Black Lace for the first time, both of which I recommended to her, and those are classics, of course, like classic gialli. I had a feeling she would like them because there's not a lot of sleaze like in most gialli. So anyway, she did like them. She gave them 5 stars. So if you're new and you want to try out a giallo film, try out either Blood and Black Lace or Deep Red, because I think anybody could like those, honestly. And I love those. Those are 2 of my favorites. But in this vlog, you saw me watch a lot of other ones. I would say my favorite watch of the month, before we wrap up, was the House with the Laughing Windows. I think that's what it was called. That was so good. I don't even know if I would call it a giallo per se. I don't know. It's classified as one technically, so I'm counting it. Everyone else seems to think it is one, so I'm saying yes, it is one, and I think that would be my favorite from the whole month. Alright guys, let me know your favorites down below, but if you can't think of what to say, just leave me a yellow heart in honor of Giallo July so that I know you are here. And till next time guys, you know what you can do. Keep on killing it. Bye guys!